Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new. It's Libby. Today I'm going to be bringing you my summer book haul. I know it's a little late, but better late than never. In the 3 months of summer, I bought 18 books, and I've read only 6 of them. Out of the 18 I've bought, I've read 6. So, we have a lot of reading to get done. And it's fall time, and I've already bought some more. No, I've read 7 of them out of 18. So, I've read almost half. So, we're going to get to them right now. And I bought most of my books in June, because I only bought 1 book in August. So, we'll do that last. But the first 2 books I'm going to talk about, I have read, and it's part of a series that is by Emily Rath, and that is Pucking Around and Pucking Wild. Now, these 2 are definitely adult, so you definitely want to be older than 18 to read these, because there's definitely some spicy scenes in here. This one, we have our main character, Rachel Price, as she gets her job that she wants, and she moves to Jacksonville, Florida, and becomes a doctor for the Jacksonville Rays hockey team. And however, she falls for 3 of the players. 2 players, technically. One is part of the team as the equipment manager who used to play hockey, and yeah, so they have a thing, and it's a male F romance, so keep that in mind. And it's a fun time. If you want it fast, it's chunky, but if you want it fast paced, quick read, this is it. And I had a fun time reading it. I think I gave it around 4 stars, maybe. It's been so long since I've read it, but finished this. Then I jumped into the sequel, which was Pucking Wild by Emily Rath. And this one, we have a normal romance, MF romance, we follow our main character's best friend, Tess, from this book. And then we also follow Ryan Lansley, who's also part of the hockey team. He recently gets injured, and he has to move away from his apartment complex because it has a lot of stairs. And it's a forced approximately relationship between Tess and Ryan, and stuff goes from there. This also has some spicy scenes in it, so keep that in mind. When going into this series, I also have the 3rd book, which I haven't gotten around to yet, but hopefully this month I can get around, or sometime get around to the 3rd book. And there's also some side novellas here that I haven't read yet, so hopefully I can do that. But these are a fun time, quick reads, so enjoyed those 2. I have Adrienne Young, Spells for Forgetting, which I have not read yet. I've been hearing good things from Cups of Thoughts. She's recently read a bunch of Adrienne Young books. I have a bunch of hers that I need to read, and that I've read and want to read. I've got another one on this list that is further down. Don't know too much about it. So, all I know it involves a tea shop and tea leaf readings, and that's it. So, I was gonna try and get to this for spooky season. That did not happen, so might save it for winter time. I have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is one of her first books. It's just got recently published. All I know about it, it's a small town, and that's it. So, yeah. So, don't know too much about this. I have 2 of Elsie Silver's books that I need to read. So, got off to the races. I have a second book to a series, Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I recently read Love Redesigned and loved it. So this is a single dad romance Lakefront Billionaires series. This is book 2, and this is set also in a small town. We follow Aaliyah. She is a songwriter, and she becomes a nanny to our other main character, Raph, and for his son, who is, I'm not sure how old he is, but Raph is also a grumpy, so it's single dad, grumpy sunshine, all the things. And I need to read it. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. Got that one. I didn't put the first one on here because I got the first one before summer started. So I have The Dixon Rule by Elle Kennedy. This is the sequel to The Graham Effect. So I'm excited to read this. I just haven't read them. I haven't been in the mood for romance much lately, but I do have a lot of romances that I need to read. Half of these books on this list have some kind of romance in them. So, Dixon Rule is one. Then we have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I got this from my library for $5. So I figured, why not? Instead of paying full price. I've read from Christina Lauren before. I know nothing about this one. So, set in college. Again, I know nothing about this one. So, I'm just going into it blindly, and we'll see what happens. This next book, I haven't read yet because I wasn't a big fan of the one that came out before this one. So I think that's why I haven't picked this up yet. And that is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I also got this at my library for $5. So I figured while they were there, go ahead and pick them up because can't beat a new release. Instead of paying $29, I got it for $5. I know nothing about this, so we're just gonna keep it that way and go from there. I have a hefty fantasy romance book that I haven't read yet, and I have no idea what it's about. All I know, it has a little bit of dragons involved. So I picked it up. I got When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I've heard really good things about this. I just have not had a chance to read it. An assassin for a rebellious group. Not even going to try to pronounce. Raven's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter turns her world upside down, blood spills, heart breaks, and Raven finds herself imprisoned by the Guide of Nobles, a group of powerful fae who turned her into a political statement. Crushed by the loss of his great love, another main character took the head of the king domed and melted crown. Ooh. But yeah, nonetheless, I am excited for this. I might save this for the winter time. And look at the chapter headings. I've heard good things about this. I know there's a lot of triggers in here. So you might want to look them up before going into this. They have a glossary. Love it when authors have a glossary. Sorry, you can't really see. Love it when authors have glossaries in their books. And this book contains explicit content, dark elements that may be triggering for some. For a list of full warnings, please turn to the last page. So there is trigger warnings in this book. there is a lot of trigger warnings. So for this, there's a list of them all. So I love it when authors put the trigger warnings already in here so you do not have to look them up, which is a plus side. Then we have one of my favorite books of the year so far. This is going on my top books of 2024 because I gave this book 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. And the sequel is coming out, so I cannot wait for. We have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I've talked about this so much. It's so good. It's a cozy fantasy. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very well written. Loved it. Loved the winged cats. There's one on the cover. Loved the talking plants. This book was everything. Cannot wait to read more by this author. So, and I love the sprayed purple edges. So, I cannot wait to read the sequel and go from there with more of that author's book works. This one I have not read because I got it at Barnes. I've heard good things. I've heard mixed reviews. And that is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I don't know too much about this. I'm going to go into it blind. And yeah, I've avoided all spoilers for this book. So, but it has the blue sprayed edges. So this has been out for a while. I don't know when I'll get to it or if I'll ever get to it. But let me know down below if I should read this or if you guys would think I would like it. And let me know. And yeah. So I have Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. If I'm saying her last name right, I am sorry about that. The next Adrienne Young book that I have is The Unmaking of June Farrow. Again, I've heard really good things over it from Cups of Thoughts. And I've loved Adrienne Young's works previously, so I cannot wait to read these 2 books. I also have Saints on my TBR from her as well. So I cannot wait to read this. Again, I don't know anything about this. Small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina. June Farrow is waiting for her fate. The Farrow women are known for a thriving flower farm and a mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susan Farrow's disappearance, leaving her daughter June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that aren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. Signs of what June has always known is coming, but June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice hope of love and family for her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers the secrets. Okay. This is interesting. This will have to be bumped up on my TBR sooner rather than later. Then I have a series by Tricia Levenseller. It's also a fantasy romance, and these are the special editions, Barnes & Noble special editions. I have Shadows Between Us by Tricia Levenseller, and then The Darkness Within Us, also by Tricia Levenseller. I got these a while ago, either June or July. Cannot wait to read them, so hopefully I can read them this year and read more by Tricia Levenseller. I also need to read Vengeance of the Pirate Queen by her as well. So, and I love these books. Oh, and underneath the dust jackets, this one has a silver quill, and then the Darkness Within Us has the gold foiling. So I cannot wait. They both have a map. Here's that one and that one. So I cannot wait to read these. So the last 4 books I have read. So I have Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one I read, gave it a 3 stars. This follows different characters, a different game, and Avery is hosting her first ever game, and it's more than 3 characters. But we're following 3 different characters. So, following Lyra, Gigi, and Rowan. And in this, and one of the Hawthorne brothers also has a role in this game as well. So I gave that one 3 stars. I get Clyde by Bale. Not even gonna try to pronounce. Read this for a book club. Really enjoyed it. Gave it 4 stars. We follow our main character, Summer, who is a person who has high expectations, and she's working on a project, and the person she works on it with is a captain of the hockey team, and stuff goes from there. So, and their worlds collide, this was really good. I enjoyed it. If you want a quick, fast-paced romance read, this will be it. The next book I have is one that gets mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. That is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Again, it has Gilmore Girl vibes. It's set in fall time. This one in particular, we have our main character, Jamie, who inherits her aunt's cafe, and stuff starts magically happening. Not magically happening, but scary stuff starts happening, and then she gets the help from the local grumpy farmer to help uncover what's going on, and yeah, it was a good book. I enjoyed it. That's why I'm continuing these books. The 4th one comes out next year, so I'm excited. But there is some spice, so keep that in mind. But I enjoyed it. So, the last book I read, read, was Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie. Again, not going to try and pronounce the author's last name because I will butcher it. I like this one. I think I gave it 3 stars, 3.25, somewhere around there. This follows our main character, Lucy, who lives in a small town, and her and her mom owns the local coffee shop there, called Cups of Joe. And then a mysterious new guy comes in town, and they open a coffee shop right across the street from her. So there's a little bit of competition going on. There's hate to love. It's crazy. And Lucy does not like pumpkin spice lattes, but then she tries to find a way to make her and her mom's coffee shop booming. So she and Jack come up with the pumpkin spice latte recipe, and Lucy starts selling it. So, again, it was good. Quick read. It's a YA, so it was quick. I enjoyed it. I read it in September, I think. So, pretty good read. So, that is my summer book haul. Again, let me know down below if you guys read any of these. I would love to know, hear your thoughts. And like, subscribe, stay a while, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.